Hey guys, it's Andy here for the Blackstone Griddle Recipes and Videos group. Just wanted to share some things with you. I know that people are starting to get interested right now of Thanksgiving's coming up, family time, Christmas. So you're trying to figure out like exactly what to get that person that you know loves the Blackstone. Who doesn't love a Blackstone? But we want to show you some things today to be able to kind of maybe pique interest of what somebody might be interested in doing. And I'm going to show you some things that I like to use. I know Blackstone has their own personal tools that they have, and not everything is a Blackstone tool, so I just want to make that perfectly clear to start. But the majority of them are, because I find that they have good quality and they work really well. The first thing I'm actually going to show you is this Softside Cooler Bag. This Softside Cooler Bag to me is absolutely awesome. I love using it to go camping. It's very easy for me to be able to put everything in here that I need, grab it and go, or even bring from outside the house and come up here to the outside to the griddle. The great thing about this one, not only does it have some storage, you can put some things in here on the side, like maybe a quick seasoning. Right now I've actually got a fire torch in here, so I keep that handy. And on this side I've got a thermometer. So I try to keep some things in here that I'm going to need right away. But inside of it is awesome too, because it's got some storage that you can put stuff in on here. You can also put a paper towel roll there, and this can hang. So if you find some place at your campsite where you can hang this up, it's very easy to grab things as you can go. I hang this on the side of my pop-up RV, so that makes it very easy for me. It's got a lot of space on the inside as well, so we'll show you that as we get going here. Alright, one of the things that I absolutely suggest is tools. So the second thing I'm going to show you is tools today. To me, my personal favorite are these wood-handled ladles. These are very sturdy. They will not bend. They're very strong. I've had these for 4.5 years now, and there are no issues with these whatsoever. So in the kit comes 2 spatulas. It comes a large burger press one. We've got a scraper, and then the tongs as well. This scraper is awesome because it really scrapes things really well. So always get really good tools. You don't want anything too light, too flimsy. So these are going to be something that's going to be very durable. We'll just go ahead and put these right here into our kit. Also with tools is a good smasher. You want to be able to have something you're going to be able to do smash burgers with, be able to put a press over bacon with. That's why I like this Blackstone one. It's big, it's round, it's easy to use. You can press with all of your muscle on this, and it's large enough to be able to handle any big smash burger that you're going to do, as well as like put this over a piece of big breasted chicken or something like that as well. Also going to put this over here into our handy dandy thing. The next thing I want to show you that I love is egg rings. This one here is an omelet ring, but then we also have these smaller egg rings as well, so you can use these for pancakes if you want. I personally don't do them for pancakes. I primarily do this for eggs, like fried eggs and things like that. But you can keep these from running all over your griddle. I don't really have too much of a problem with mine here at home, but I'm actually setting things up at the campsite. That's primarily where I have more of an issue where my eggs like to run because the train's not as even as what it can be here at my house. So we'll go ahead and stick these in here as well. Next thing I want to show you is these orange trays. I absolutely love these orange trays. They're easy to bring stuff out on, easy to take stuff back in on. If you do like a large pasta dish, for example, you can put the entire pasta dish on this and just carry it right in, and you're ready to eat right off of this tray. I've got a black one and an orange one. I've got both orange ones here right now, but I also have a black one. So what I typically try to do is keep raw food on one and then keep cooked food on the other, so I know that I'm not cross-contaminating. So it's a great way to get food in and out from the griddle. Can't go wrong with seasonings. You're going to have your favorites, but I wanted to highlight 2 of them that are mine. This one's the blackened steak seasoning. Absolutely love this one because it gives a charcoal flavor. So if you're missing that from going from a grill to a griddle, this can be a good substitute for you to be able to get you that charcoal flavor back that you're looking for. You can be very liberal with this. I like to go across the entire steak, turn it into a blackened steak. The flavor on this is outstanding. And when I do chicken, I like to do tequila lime. This is what we use primarily for like fajitas and things like that. It gives an authentic lime flavor, almost like you just squeezed a lime over it. And this stuff to me is fantastic, and it really makes a difference. And everybody that I've ever served this to absolutely loved it and wanted to know exactly what was in my fajitas. And it's pretty easy. It's just kind of mixing a little bit of water with some of that to really make that liquidy fajita that you're looking for. It's really good. Next thing I want to show you, along with seasonings, is salt and pepper shakers. So obviously you want to have salt and pepper nearby as two primary seasonings that you'll always use. These are great because if you turn them over, they light up and you can see in the dark exactly how much salt that you're putting onto your food. Pepper does the exact same thing. It's a lot cheaper for you to buy your own full-size peppercorns and salt and be able to grind this on your own. Saves a lot of time. You know exactly how much is in the jar. You know exactly what you're going to get as well. These are awesome. Absolutely awesome. Let's talk about our oil bottles. So in our oil bottles, this one by Blackstone is awesome because for one, it's a lot thicker. It's not real flimsy. It has a lid on top to keep the oil from spilling. But it also, if you look at it, it's got like the water bottle style nozzle on the top. So this will keep it from leaking, but it's also going to give you control when you squeeze. The other one that I also like to use is this spray bottle right here. And what this is awesome for is you're not going to use as much oil when you use this because it's going to give you a nice even spread across your griddle. And so for this one, I know if I do a really strong pull, it's going to give me a stream. So if I want to put oil into some food, if I'm trying to cook some food, I can squeeze really hard. It's going to blast into that food real fast, and I've got that stream that I want. If I squeeze it softer, it's going to mist. And that's what's important for when I clean up my griddle. It's very easy just to mist it and be able to have an even coat across my griddle surface. So I don't use a ton of oil and have too much on my griddle and overcoat things. The other part about this too with the mist is you can easily coat vegetables and things like that with an even mist across your food. It makes it a lot easier to cook. This is the hidden secret to a lot of good cooking, is having a good solid metal pan. So what I love to do is when I'm cooking is I'll have this sit on the edge of my griddle, like in the warming zone, and I can throw butter right into here and let that butter slowly melt. And then I can use that to help baste my steaks and things like that. When I'm done, I can actually put the steaks right into the butter as well and let those rest. And that way I've got a good, nice, solid container to hold those in until I get those serving on the table and let those juices all just kind of naturally permeate in there. The other part about this that's great, it's easy for cleanup, but it keeps all the butter contained and doesn't let the butter rush off of your griddle. You can have it someplace where you know exactly where it's going to be. Easily grab your spatula in there and pour some butter on the top of your steaks or chicken, whatever else you're working with. This is another great item to get. It's one that will magnify directly to the side of your griddle, usually right there on the side of your shelf. And with this one, it's very easy to clean because it's got holes in the bottom of it. So you can spray that out if you need to. But you can also store stuff in here without it melting at the side of your griddle. A lot of people can't use the shelves right next to the griddle because it will melt. And we really want to focus on with this one is when you put it on there, it's not going to get too hot and you can put anything you want into here. I keep a lot of my quick reach items in there, such as my oil, maybe a seasoning, some things like that. And along with that too is these handy magnets as well. And so you can keep these right next to it so you can hang your spatulas and things like that right next to it. If you don't have a magnet strip, this makes a great addition to that. The other part too is this will stick to other things. And so now I can hang my bag directly from this. And this is a really strong magnet. And so it'll actually hold this entire bag up here without a problem. And the last thing I want to show you that I love, actually there's two more things. There's a bonus one here at the end. This is a mandoline, and this makes your prep time so much easier. If you're trying to slice onions, you can grab an onion real quick and slice that down. If you're trying to do something diced, you can actually turn this and get you a thicker dice. So you can do that on there as well. It even does a smaller dice also, which is that one right there. So very easy to use, extremely sharp. So you can cut your finger on this like crazy if you're not careful, which is why you always want to use the guard when you're slicing and cutting on things. The last thing I want to show you is actually my prep table. It's important to have a good prep table or a good prep area around you. That way you can grab your stuff and do things easily. we decided to put this prep table near our door. That way, if my wife needs to sit something outside for me, or if I'm done with food and getting it off the griddle, I can sit it there, and we can either serve from that, or we can grab the food from there and take it the rest of the way inside. So hopefully these are some things that you find valuable. These are things that I use regularly. Like, I'm always looking for them. I've always got them handy. Those are the types of things that I feel like add a lot of value to make my life a little bit easier when I'm cooking up the Blackstone. So if you guys are looking for something for a Christmas idea for somebody, or looking for something just to treat yourself, these are some great items that I enjoy. Hopefully you will the same. So until next time, guys, we'll catch you later. Have a good one.